Kaptırıyor topu. Ali Tanrı'dan çok süratli. Ali orta yapacak. Sert orta. Sert orta.
Welcome everyone back to another Maestro game production. Welcome back to beautiful Bursa, and as you can see, the games haven't gone so well. Our poor form has continued, but there is a little bit of good news in what is probably going to be quite a long episode. So we have some new signings. Of course, we are going to be doing the end of season roundup, having a little look at who gets what awards for that, and of course today's game. We also have a couple of contract renews, but first of all, let's go jump into the fixtures, have a little look at how those games actually panned out. So first of all, we have the Adana game. As you can see, we lost that 1-0. Now let's click this without clicking into it. Don't want to do that. So as you can see, it was a 1-0 loss. A little bit disappointing. We did actually get an equaliser in this game. Unfortunately though, it was a disallowed goal, so we ended up losing that 1-0. As you can see, we then versed Umraniye Sport, who are bottom of the league. Now, 83rd minute equaliser. Just as disappointing as the 1-0 loss. Wasn't fun. So, hopefully we can pick things up in today's game. As you can see, we haven't won since March. We've got a draw, a loss, a draw, a draw, a loss, and a draw. So, 4 draws and 3 losses in our previous, and, well, Istanbul was last time we won, and that was only a 3-2 and a 1-0 before that. Last time we had a convincing win was Altay, all the way back on the 24th of February. So here in May the 2nd, May the 8th, I'm looking at the wrong date. On a gusty day at home, we can hopefully pick up a victory here today. So let's hop into the squad. First of all, let's see what we've done tactically. Tactically today, we are going for the Christmas tree. Very fitting considering the time of year. But this is an old school formation I used to use in older football managers. Haven't used it for a while, and considering the players we've got, it's quite fitting. So I thought I'd give it a go. Been using it for the past game. It didn't go very great, as you saw at the end of that game. But for the most part, it was structurally quite good. So, as you can see, we've got Atberk in goal. Now, he's hopefully not going to be our goalkeeper for next year. He's going to be moved out. Ramazan is probably going to be our backup, considering some of the new guys we've got coming in, which I'll, of course, show you in just a second. We then have Chat alongside Sadat, giving Sadat a bit of minutes. Him and Ramazan, we want them to develop, so let's give them a bit of game time. We then have Omar, giving us a solid left-hand side defender. In midfield, we're going to give Muntari a game. It's his last game with the club, so let's give him a sending off. And then we have Ozan Kok, of course. Now, he is one of the guys who has a new contract. As you can see, he's on 1.1 grand till 2025. Solid contract considering his potential, so I'm happy. He was nagging for it. I was happy to do it, so we got him on a new contract. We then have Emran. Now, Emran, he's a solid player. We want him to develop. He's going to be starting in the lineup also. How old is Emran, by the way? 23 years of age, so he is very young still, ready to develop. Now, long-standing player, Recap, he is quite old, I believe. Yes, 31 years of age. He's in the lineup alongside Sedar, and then Endoy. We've finally got Endoy actually being half decent. So he's up on his own. That is the plan for next year. That's the only reason he's in. If he was playing badly, we wasn't planning on using him next year, then he wouldn't be there. It's the fact we are going to try and utilise him, so we're using this formation, try and get the best out of Endoy, try and get the best out of some other players, and work it like that. Gerkan, of course, having to drop to the bench because of that. Another player on a new contract, though, is Eren Güler. Again, very much like the Koch situation. He nagged for a new contract. We gave him one. 1.7 a week till 2024. Not as good a value, but as you can see, solid potential. Is a nice player to keep around and have on a nice lengthy contract. So, who did we bring in? Well, we've got some new additions. A couple of clues are actually here. As you can see, we've got a couple of people in on trial. So, first of all, we have Diarra. He is 3-star, 3.5-star potential on his current with the Whites. Potential overall is 3.5-star, potentially 5-star if he goes as far as his Whites. He is a winger, although as you can see, he's more natural down the middle, and we're going to probably use him more in that attacking midfield role. He's very flexible, so I want him basically to be able to play central midfield or central attacking if we need him in either of those. Nice solid playmaker regardless of which one of those, and as you can see, his stats fit it quite well. Very high on aggression. Actually, he's not the highest aggression player we've managed to acquire, but as you can see, he's solid in what he needs to do, and that is all we really acquire of him. So that is our first edition. Now, this is the big one. We have Obilaw, otherwise known as Faith Friday. I might just drop the Obilaw, to be honest. Faith Friday Obilaw. Now, Faith Friday Obilaw, we didn't look at the other guy, so we'll have a look at that in a second. But as you can see, he's mainly been in Finland, spent a year in Turkey where he was on a free transfer, didn't manage to play though, and then went to Moldova. So he's coming back to Turkey. Hopefully he's going to last a little bit longer than one season with us. We have him on quite the lengthy contract, I believe, as I've done with all these. Even the older ones, they tend to be running till they're like 33. I believe this guy's 30, is he? Yes, 30-year-old Nigerian. I believe this one is on a 3-year contract. I can't check it from her. So, yes, you'll just have to bear with me. That one, I believe, is a 3-year contract. So, as you can see, he's joining on a free transfer. We have the other guy on a free transfer, and here's the other ones. So, first of all, in defence, £20,500 is Berber. He's coming from Bursaspor, and, well, he's solid. He's probably not... He might be our star. I'm sorry, I don't know if he will be our starter or not. He's very flexible, he can play both sides, but I'm not 100% if he's going to be the guy who starts. He might be the guy who starts. I'm very much tossing up between this and the next guy I'll show you in just a second, but he is a solid fullback. It does mean we'll have to probably play fullbacks instead of wingbacks, or at least on his side, but as you can see, he can do that job pretty nicely. Now, been in Turkey a long time, hasn't been anywhere else. He's been bouncing around the leagues, but he is a solid player. And now, his possible alternative, the 27-year-old, that is Yildirim. I've probably completely butchered that, but Yildirim, he is a ball-winning midfielder by nature, but he can play at defence right, defensive mid, and defence centre. 43,500 he'll be coming in for. So, as you can see, ball-winning midfielder. If I don't use him as a ball-winning midfielder, he might be our starting right back. So, as you can see, we can't have a little look exactly at his stats for that, but he's got a bit of aggression. 16 to 19. He's quick. He's got a good first touch. He's crossing the legs a little bit, but he's got some dribbling. He's decent heading. Long shots are there. I think he's a well-rounded player. Got some marking, got some tackling. He can do a job for us, probably in both of those positions, to be honest. So, as you can see, he was at Maltepaspor to start off. He then went to Payaspor, then Kaspimpasa, before Istanbul, not Constantinople, for quite a while. He then went to Samsunspor, and he came up with Samsunspor, and he's been there for quite a while. In fact, he's got 2 goals for them. That is not bad indeed. So, that is our defence. In midfield, I wanted to strengthen up a little bit. Of course, we've got the departure of Suleiman Tari we need to consider. Now, not quite as old as our defenders. Our midfielders are a bit more youthful, especially Ozcan. Now, he's going to be the one to watch, because at 275 grand, he really does need to perform. Box-to-box midfielder is going to be in the heart of our midfield. He is actually from the team we are about to play against, Mehmet Ozcan. So we're going to be able to have a good look at him, because as you'll see, he has, we'll jump straight into history. As you can see, he's been playing quite a bit for them. 29 games, 2 assists, 1 player of the match, and 6.98. He's only ever played for them, in fact. So he's going to be coming to a new home. So, as a box-to-box midfielder, as you can see, he is well-rounded. Finishing lacks a little bit. He's down on 8 for his finishing. But for the most part, he's a solid player. In fact, he's very determined and has a good work rate. So, that is nice to see from the 22-year-old 5 under 21 caps Turkish international. So, Ozcan is into the team. We then, of course, have Diarra. And now Kert. Sinan Kert. This was a bit of a random one for me. I was looking for players. Of course, we have the aggression stat thing. And he was just cheap. So, cheap. As you can see, he's good at crossing, good at first touch. I don't exactly know what his role is. He is an attacking mid. He's just basically there as a depth player. If we manage to get him into the lineup and he enhances the lineup, then he'll go into the lineup. If not, then we have a 26-year-old solid backup who can come off the bench. So, he was at Hulls. He was in Germany, in fact. Germany, to where he went to Bochum 2, Oberhausen. He then came to Turkey on a free transfer to Ankaraspor in the Super League, where he played one whole game. He then went down 2 divisions. Jesus. Scored 6 goals, though, in 27 games for Mamak FK on loan. Then came back to Ankarspor, where he was down a league. Scored 7 in 31. 0 goals the following season. 3 for Adana. And then he has come after 4 games for Adana after they just haven't utilised him. He's a solid player. He's either going to be sitting on our bench and probably get a similar amount of games as Adana, or he's going to be a nice little starter. So that's our transfers done. That is our team up to date. I think it's time for us to crack on with a game, and then of course we shall do our end of season roundup. So let's get onto the pitch. Let's go and enjoy some football. So, as suggesting, let's make 5 changes. No, we are not going to make a single change. Perfect pitch. 31,170 tickets sold. In the current climate, probably not a good idea. With a capacity of 42,985. So, we're not doing too bad on our ticket sales. That's going to be nice for when we go up a division. So, as you can see, we have a couple of players who have knocks. Got a knock there. We have our backup goalkeeper who was injured, so I just dropped him. That means Dennis comes in for him. Erkan can just chill on the bench because I don't believe we've got a defender. I mean, Yilmaz could come on, but I like to have a central. You know what? No. What we'll do? We'll do it like that. So, you're our backup centre. Umit is our backup on the right-hand side, even though he's more a left-sided defender. So, let's hop into the game. Nodding in agreement. That's nice to see. Thank you, Recap. I'm glad you agree. In fact, we have nothing negative on the tactical element. That is lovely to see. Tactical familiarity, tactical familiarity. This is beautiful. Let's hop into the game. This, of course, I have made the primary tactic. It was a backup tactic for that first game. I think I only trained it for a little bit before we played that one game. So, hopefully this time the team is all settled and can play much better. Let's get our hands on hips. We should be winning this one fairly comfortable. Play your game and you'll win. That is perfect. He's unsure. I'm not sure how I feel about that, Recap. I told you to just play your game and we can win, and you're unsure in your own ability to play your own game and win. Yikes. Recap, you're supposed to be one of the better players. Emran already taken a knock, whips on in back post, Chat, lovely header across the face of goal. 8 minutes in and we are 1-0 up, ladies and gents. What a beautiful start to today's game. Let's have another little look at that one. Emran, back post. Chat nodding it in. Beautiful. Beautiful football. And as you can see, our defence is having a nice time. They're having a very nice time. In fact, Endoy on that 7 rating. That's nice to see. As you can see, they've not had a single shot on goal. That's filthy. We've had 5 shots, 3 on target, and they've had none so far. And by the looks of it, it doesn't look like they're going to be getting many either. So, we are cruising up to half-time by the looks of it. Oh, we do have a highlight right near the end. Muntari will throw it into Omar, whips it across. Ramazan passes it back even to Recap. Unfortunately, his shot is blocked. And they are on the counter-attack. We have Metahan. Metahan coming down the right-hand side. Will Saydat get a good tackle in? Or will he whip it across? Saydat, lovely block. You beautiful man. Obviously on there for his development. And he's doing pretty well. I apologise for knocking the keys. That's the problem with a mechanical keyboard. You will hear it very loudly if I do fumble about. So, as you can see, it is 1-0. We've had 8 shots. They've had absolutely 0. 5 on target to their 0. 0.74 XG, of course, to their absolute 0 XG, because they just haven't shot. One corner to one corner, 3 fouls to their 12, 0 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards, 91% passing completion to their 84, 52% possession to their 48. That's the thing I love about this formation. You pass it, you hold the possession, you play it up slowly, you build up. Don't allow them to get possession and use it. It's lovely. It's a beautiful tactic. I don't know why I haven't used it for as long as I haven't, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not happy with your performance, indeed. No. You have played well so far, but there's still room for improvement. Yes, exactly. There's always room for improvement, lads. You can always improve. Doesn't matter. If you've got a hat trick, you can still get a 4th. You can get a 5th. We can always improve. So, no matter how good you think you are doing in life, always aim to improve. Anyways, enough TED Talk over here. They have a corner. Thanks to Atterberg's lovely save, pushing it around the post. Ukon will whip one in. Back post, can we head it away? It is. Chat, lovely clearance to recap. Unfortunately, we don't get anything going though. So, 53 minutes. We are approaching our usual substitution time of the 62nd minute. We do have a free kick from Ozcan though, here on the 60th. Whips it in. Lovely collection by Ibarra. And it will be cleared up. He kicks it straight to Ramazan though, who will knock it down to Omar. Omar tries a ball over the top. Endoy just nods it back to Ibarra. And well, that was a waste of time. And he's just... Are we just playing ping pong at this point? Chat will head it down to Mert. Mert coming down this left hand side. Can Marani get back? No. Lovely clearance from Omar though. Unfortunately though, it's gone straight back to them. Lucky for us, they can't get a shot on target. That's always nice to see. So, they finally got a couple of shots, 2, one of them on target, one of them of course not. And we are going to make some substitutes. So we have Erdogan, who has a little bit of a knock, so we're going to get him off, let him rest up. That does allow us to bring on Volkan, otherwise known as the other Erdogan, with an E, not an A. So, right, who can we bring on? Do we swap to our usual formation? No. No, we don't. Now, Endoy, not having a bad game, as you can see, 6.8, but we're going to give Gerkan a little run out. Gerkan is a solid player. We're not going to play him as a target man, though. I don't think he wants to be a target man. I think deep line forward is probably the way to go with that one. We'll play him as a deep line forward, and the problem with all these is we have to swap to a more winger approach. So, I think we just stick with what we got. We just go double substitution. We don't need to throw people on for the sake of it. In fact, you know what we're going to do? It's last game of the season. We are going to give some praise to the entire team. Tell them they're doing a good job. And I'm also going to hit the space bar and pause. Because I'm like that. I'm a clumsy idiot. But you've probably already established that one. So, 78 minutes in, we are just cruising at this point. 82, 83. Can we get another highlight? We are up to 10 shots, 87, 8. Come on, game. Are we just... We're not going to get any more highlights? We are. A very late one. Matari throws it in yet again. Very similar to the end of the first half. Barrett, though, on the counter-attack has got past Seydat. He's one-on-one with Atterberg. Atterberg, oh no. Come on. Back-to-back games. To end the season, we've conceded late. Our morale is going to be tanked going into the new season. Look for us though, we've got pre-season, we can have some friendlies, we can pick that up, we can just beat up on some local teams, help with that. But that is a disappointing way to end the season at home, conceding like that. Look at that, the defence for the game was good. Just not good enough. So, it was 10 shots to their 6 in the end. Finally got 6. 6 on target for us to their 5. 1.08 XG to their 1.58 in fact. They managed to get a higher XG. We just didn't do anything in that second half, quite frankly. We had 2 corners to their 7. 8 fouls to their 25. 0 yellow cards to 0 yellow cards. 91% passing to their 86. And of course 50-50 on the possession. They really did turn that game around in the second half. I think that was more them than us, to be honest. So, hands on hips. Do we go harsh or do we go nice? You know what? Unlucky boys. It wasn't our night. You played alright. We just got mugged off in the final minute. Mainly because Sadat fell asleep, but yeah, we got mugged off last minute. That's a little disappointing. I wanted Menemen to join us on second place. Hopefully they can go up through the playoffs. But yes, Adorn will be playing along with us in the Super League. So, as you can see, 7 days to 2 weeks with a lower leg gash. Heights. Right, attend press conference. What do we have in today's press conference? That match wraps up the Turkish 1 league for your side. How do you reflect on the season as a whole? Well, we won the league. And we won it pretty convincingly considering how terrible our last 8 games or so were. So considering that and the fact that we have a 5-point gap on second place, I'd say it went pretty well. I think we can look back with a lot of pride. Some exciting results and performances give us a good platform for next season, indeed. How did you rate the clash as a final match? We played well. I weren't too happy. I think most of the players were already on their holidays mentally. It was hardly a performance to cheer our fans, but I want to wait and take everything into perspective before commenting. No. I think most of the players were already on their holidays mentally. I'm just going to be straight up. I think they were. So, Barrett's dramatically equaliser must have been a real kick in the teeth. It was indeed. It was certainly hurt, but they can take the positives from today and grow as footballers, indeed. Bursaspor have conceded a high proportion of their goals in the latter stages of each half. Indeed, it's really annoying. Can you offer any insight as to why it's proven a problem? My team falls asleep. Unfortunately, there are times where it looks as if we're not committed to playing the full length of each half. It might be a question of fitness, says Tom. We need to sit down as a coaching staff and consider whether the players have the right mental... No, I won't go that far. I'm not too concerned. I am concerned. Unfortunately, there are times... Yeah, we're not committed to playing for the entire half. My team just switches off at like 10 minutes from the end of the half. So, as you can see, it is the end of the season. I'm going to fast forward to any awards, etc. So I'll see you fine folks there in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, I moved on a little bit, and as you can see, it is time for the end of season review 2020 to 2021. So, the new arrivals is our first section to look at. So, as you can see, Chat in on loan had an amazing season. He was, of course, the standout performer, followed by Omar. He only came in at 16 grand. He was the deal of a century. Uslu, solid. He was a little bit behind Omar. Omar came in a little later, did a little better, and was a little bit cheaper. So all round a little better. Endoy, disappointing I would say. Although we've managed to establish a way of using Endoy in a way which doesn't make him completely useless. As you can see, Sadiq, he came in on loan to fill in on that right hand side. I think he was pretty disappointing. I don't know about you fine ladies and gents, but he was disappointing for me. And then Yaziki. Now, 60 grand, we paid a lot, but you know what? One substitute appearance, 6.5. Can't really judge him on that. He is just a squad depth player. He's filling a gap. He covers our defence. I'm pretty happy with that. I did overpay paying 60 grand, I will admit, but for the most part, I'm happy with that. So, let's go to the season review. We don't need to look at the players who went out. That's not important. So, the season review. Board's expectation was to reach the playoffs as a minimum. We managed to do that. We won the league. We had an average home attendance of just under 17,000, which is 38% of our capacity. Competition top goal scorer was Gillier with 6 goals, although we know Akman went crazy at the start of the season and would have been our top goal scorer if he was still around. Sad times. As you can see, competition results went pretty well. It did fall off as we got near the end. This is just a solid block here. 4 solid wins in a row, but then we just fell off a cliff. We won our games, managed to get secured, and, well, fell off a cliff and drew and lost a bunch of games. In fact, we secured both playoffs and the title in this, I believe. Bursaspor was a draw. Yeah, Giresunspor, both of them draws. That was around the moment we actually managed to secure it. So, moments to remember. What are those? Biggest win, 4-0 against Samsunspor. We had a fun one there. As you can see, Ali Akman with his hat-trick and Ozkan adding to the numbers. We then had a 4-1 game against Altay. So, that was Gullier with his hat-trick and one for Ndoye of all people. We then had the goal of the season. That was in a 3-0 against Eskişehirspor at home. Ali Akman got 2 and Kapak got 1 of his own. Barak, lovely goal from Timasa. Okay, so it was Barak Kapak who got the goal of the season. So, to the finances. What do the finances look like? Well, the club reputation is national. 3-star, still at 3-star. That has not changed. Sponsorship deals, no new sponsorship deals this year. Most notable deal, no new sponsorship deal this year. Annual revenue, 1.59 million through sponsorship, 469 grand from broadcast revenue. I don't need to read through all those. I'm sure if you're interested, you can pause it, have a little look through and do that. What we are interested in is the merchandise though. Who has been selling us some shirts? So 4,742 shirts sold. It was of course Montari, the big name. Unfortunately, he's not going to be selling many shirts next year because he's not going to be here. We then have Ndoye now. He's going to be sticking around. Same with Emran. Same with Recap. And same with Ozkan. Ozkan's probably going to have another season in him. He's probably going to be the one to leave next. Because he is getting a little old. He's still doing a solid job, but he's going to be a nice little backup in that attacking midfield role. In fact, he might work his way into the starting lineup there. Who knows? So, as you can see, how we lined up. I do miss both of these. I do really miss both of these. Unfortunately, Akman wanted to go to greener pastures. Kapak just, I don't know what was going through his brain. He wouldn't sign a new contract, didn't want to leave though. So, I don't know how that works. You don't want a new contract to stay at the club, but you also don't want to leave the club. Yeah, he's crazy. So, he is probably in a mental institution somewhere. Ali Akman is off scoring thousands of goals over in France, I would assume, at this moment. We'll have a little look at Ali Akman in a second. So, let's have a little look at the accolades. Player awards. Manager awards. Ooh, that's nice to see. So, I get a nice little award. Player awards. We then have Fan Player of the Year. That was Chat. He was my Player of the Year, to be fair. I don't know about all of you, but Chat was definitely my Player of the Year. Young Player of the Year. Emran Erdogan, 23 years of age. That sounds reasonable to me. Signing of the season, Omar. I think that is fair as well. Goal of the season went to Barak Kapak. Yes. Top goal scorer, Gullier. Now, as we've established, he wouldn't have got that if Ali Akman didn't depart. We then have Koz. He got 8 assists. I didn't realise he managed to get 8 assists at right back, but Kunyet Koz did a solid job at right back with his assists. Most Player of the Match awards, free to Chat. Good to see. Highest average rating, Chat at 7.2. What I'm reading from these club awards is we need to get Chat back on loan. Or just sign him permanently. I don't think we're going to sign him permanently because I think he's valued at like 1.2 million or something, but we can try and get him in. As you can see, record breakers, most overall goals by a player in a season, 25 for Ali Akman. Ali Akman has just destroyed it. Most goals by a player in a match, Ali Akman, hat-trick. Most goals in a league match, Ali Akman, 3. Most assists by a player, Ozkan, got 10. That is nice to see. Most clean sheets by a player in a season, 13 for Atabek. I don't know how he got 13 clean sheets. He seemed to concede in every single game I saw him in. But most Player of the Match awards in a season, 8 for Ali Akman. He was solid. Worst disciplined, Sully Montari. We're not going to miss Montari for his discipline. As you can see, 8 yellow cards, 2 reds. He did avoid a few games. Oldest player, Sully Montari, 36 years of age, 254 days. Highest transfer fee received. We've got 1.5 million for Ali Akman. Still a bargain, but we had to get rid of him. We all know the story of Ali Akman. Fastest goal, Ali Akman. 1 goal, 58 seconds. I love this guy. Unfortunately, yes, let him go. Oldest goal scorer, Dame Ndoye, 36 years of age and 14 days. So, history in the making. We have been promoted as the champions. It was a superb season for Tim Salah, who exceeded expectations through the campaign and claimed a deserved title. Thank you very much for that. So, record attendance broken. Confirmed the attendance of 31,000 for the previous game has broken the record of 25, which was against Galatasaray in 1999. So, we are doing good on bringing the fans in. Though, I'm going to go through all of these in the next episode. This will be where we start kicking off the new season. So, I thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.